Okay everybody, let's take a look at Puget Sound this year. It's 2025. We're gonna have a ton of pink salmon coming into the Puget Sound area this year from Browns Point all the way over to Tacoma waterfront. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try out some different types of gear to see what's gonna work the best, to catch the most. A lot of stuff's gonna catch these. This is a really good go-to. This is a 3/8 ounce jig setup right here. You can get the squid jigs and the jig heads separately and build these, or you can get something like this. I'm not affiliated with these guys, but I do like their little setup right here. I know this is gonna work really good off the shorelines at Puget Sound. I've also come up with this little guy right here with this little skirt that I bought, and then I bought these off of Temu, and these are some great little jig heads that look like something that's real. But my biggest test that I think might overcome both of the jigs is my go-to steelhead little wiggler. And I'm gonna take and go ahead and put on some different hooks. I'll show you guys how here pretty quick. But this little wiggler I think is gonna surpass these. The size is right, the color is right, but this thing's gonna make a lot more racket, a lot more noise. And we're gonna do this with underwater cameras to really bring to you which one works the best and catch a lot more fish. So stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna rig one of these things up right here, this one, and I'm gonna change the hooks and rig this one up for you. Also have two other rigs that I'm gonna show you that you can go do with some jig setups and squids that you can just get just these squid packs. Try and get the best deal you can. You can always cut these down short. Try and get a 10 pack for $4 would be a great deal. I'm seeing 4 for $10. So you have to be careful where you're getting them at. They can be a little bit more expensive, and sometimes it might just be better to go get them pre-done like this. You shouldn't lose a lot of these out there, but you will lose some. You're gonna get stuck in the rocks and you let it go down too far. It's gonna hang up on a shell or a rock that's not gonna move, and boom, you'll pop it off. And the hooks will get dull and bent on stuff, so you need to replace them. The other things that we're gonna be testing are common, known, well-working stuff like buzz bombs, Point Wilson darts. These are various different types of fluttering jigs. These will flutter down. And these are going to be something, especially at this size, you're going to want to use more off of a dock or off of a deep drop off, maybe off of Owens Beach down by the caves. There's a good deep drop off that these would work good at if you're beach fishing, or off of a dock. When I start shore fishing, I'm going to start getting into a little bit smaller stuff. You can't see these probably because they're grain screened, but I'll start getting into these little bit smaller casting ones here versus these bigger ones. So this is another good thing. If you really want to pick the pinks up, lace a little bit of pink yarn in there, and that will entice those pinks. They love squid, so you're going to be putting squid smell on your gear, because squid is the #1 part of their diet. That's why their meat is different, and that's why they don't fight with the kings and the coho over food or bait. Okay, so basically you guys, we've gone through what types of stuff is going to work out here off the shore in Puget Sound for this huge pink salmon run coming in. 6 million fish. Last year it was that many, but this year it's forecasted to be way more. Last year it was more than it was supposed to be forecasted as well. So we're looking at a great season for this. If you aren't quite sure after watching this video what you want to use or what you want to get started with, watch the next video. I'm going to be showing you how to make the jigs out of your own squid skirts. That's kind of fun to do, and you might save some money if you can find these in pretty good bulk prices, as well as show you how to rig this up on a whole rod setup. So once we make this, we're going to do the whole rod setup, including adding this on there with the swivel and the whole deal, so that you guys know how I'm doing mine and how a lot of the other guys are doing theirs that are really successful out here fishing from the shore in Puget Sound or anywhere you go. This kind of stuff's going to work. Remember to use your scent and get it dialed in. Get a couple of different kinds, even if it's the same brand. With ProCure, I like to use the oil and the gel. They got a little bit different kick to them, and sometimes one's going to stick on the other better than one or the other. So don't use the gel on some hard surface. It's just going to slide right off. I tend to use the gel on yarn. If I'm going to use the oil, I'm going to take that oil and squirt it onto my head of my jig here, and that oil will last a little bit longer. So again, make sure you subscribe, hit notifications, like, share, and make sure you watch the videos to the end. It helps with our watch hours so I can create more videos for you. Hope you have a good day and see you on the next one.